What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. In this one, I want to talk about a market update. I want to break down what's going on in the market, the price movement, things that are moving the most, things that are moving the least, things that we see that are trending, and all of that stuff there. I also want to break down maybe a little bit of news and see what's going on in the world of crypto, right? The biggest news that's in crypto using AI. Anyways, before we get started in all of that, I want you guys to take some time to hit the like button. It does help out. Hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. There's a bunch of people that view my videos that are not subscribed, so feel free to hit that subscribe button if you've watched maybe 5 or more videos. If this is your second video, maybe it's not enough time, but hit the subscribe button if you guys are interested in viewing a lot more. But also, if you want to check out my links for Patreon, for Twitter, those will be in the description, as well as my link for DFlow. If you guys are not familiar with what DFlow is, it is a super exchange platform that can offer you a bunch of different things, right? This is my DFlow that I'm looking at, right? I have money that's spread out into my futures rather than just being in my invest account. But if you wanted to go over here to invest, you can invest in things like cryptocurrency, layer ones, layer twos, DeFi. You can also invest into stocks and equity, which is something that they add. That's why, it's considered a super exchange. You're doing everything that you would want to be able to do with, let's say, a wallet, as well as what you can do with an exchange, and you could do with a any type of exchange like a Fidelity or like a Webull or a Robinhood, because it's giving you that ability to buy stocks and equities. You have Apple, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and many others that are there. You also have the ability to high risk trade if you're interested in that, as well as leverage trade. So if I wanted to go over to BTC, I can trade up to a 40x leverage. If I wanted to do Ethereum, I could trade up to a 25x leverage. And they set what the max leverage is. You can just do whatever leverage trade you wanted to, right? You can do a 2x leverage, 3x leverage, all the way up to whatever the max is. For instance, I have a couple of trades that are out that are up 47% on a $92 investment. I'm up $44. On a $55 investment, I'm up $31. So anyways, feel free to check out my link for DFlow down below if you guys want to leverage trade, trade outright, trade stocks and equities, or even have that high risk trading as well. Don't forget about the fact that they are giving away a $50,000 car to somebody, a lucky winner in the top 500 traders there. So feel free to give it a look, give it a, check it out. Link will be at the top of the description. Anyways, what's going on in the market? The market is definitely unique right now because we're seeing some major movements, some things that are happening in the government, some major news as well that's really propelling and pushing things forward, especially when you look at Bitcoin. Now, the one thing that I'll say is that it's still not altcoin season. So for anybody that is kind of trying to bypass Bitcoin and investing into altcoins, it's not necessarily seeing a major takeoff for all altcoins. You might see some, but not a major takeoff for all of them, which we will see eventually. It's just that money has to trickle down. But where we stand right now when it comes to the market cap, the overall market cap is sitting at a $3.71 trillion market cap, which is way higher than what we've seen in the past bull run. We're continuously adding to this. And for anybody that thought we weren't going to get to a $4 trillion market cap, we are closing in on that. Anybody thought $5 trillion is out of question, right? And we're closing in on that. So we're ready to see that happen. But the Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 63.7%. While Ethereum dominance is sitting at about 10%, or more specifically 9.7%. If we scroll down here to look at things that are in the top 100 that are moving, right, you have Bitcoin that is up by 1% at 118,000. I believe it did get to 119,000, closing in on $120,000 per coin. Ethereum is sitting at about a $3,000 price. It's up by 1.4%. XRP is up by about 4% at $2.82, $166 billion market cap. We'll talk more about that later because I'm a huge fan of XRP. You see BNB, that's sitting at a $688 price point, or a $95 billion market cap. Solana is at an $86 billion market cap. If we scroll down here, we're going to see things like Dogecoin up by 2%, Tron that's up by 1%, Cardano is up by 5%, Hype is up by 6.6%. You see Stellar or XLM, which is, it does move in tandem with XRP, but it's moving a little bit more than what XRP is actually moving. And it's up by 18% to a $14 billion market cap. $2.4 billion worth of volume. Might want to keep an eye on that, especially only sitting at a $14 billion market cap. I would say there's a lot more upside there. HBAR is another play that a lot of people love, and it's currently at a 27% increase on the day, or a $10.4 billion market cap. Avalanche is at a $3% increase, and it's at an $8 or $9 billion market cap. Pepe, a meme coin, is up by 1.7 or 2%. But it's at a $5 billion market cap. Kronos at a $3.2 billion market cap, surpassing the 10-cent level. Has a lot more to go, but it is sitting at a $3 billion market cap. So there's a lot more growth that is there. If we wanted to filter in or wanted to keep an eye on the things that are increasing the most, we have things like Pudgy Penguins, right? Pudgy Penguins is up by 35% or a $1.8 billion market cap. That's great to see. HBAR again, 28%. Algorand is up by 19%. Mogcoin is up by 19%. Jasmy Coin, another play that we do hold in our portfolio, is up by about 14% today, a $791 million market cap. I think it has a lot more growth and a lot more still ready because it was at a 6-cent price or multiple billion-dollar market cap and should be worth a lot more than that as well. You have things like Dog with Hat, Stacks, right? You have other things that are up. I do want to kind of filter in on maybe the top 500. See what's moving in that range, because I don't only like to look at the top 100. I like to look at other things that are moving. You have altcoin. Altcoin is up by 58%, almost 59%. It's at a $146 billion market cap. $million market cap. We haven't, really looked into that and seen all the information behind it and why that is moving. Maybe because people are ready for altcoin season, so that may be the case. Bounce token is also up by 20% to a $11 price, $12 price point. It's at a $72 million market cap. Algorand also up by 19%. We talked about that as well. Stellar is up quite a bit. So not really a crazy amount of movement. Like you see things that are up by 100 or 200%, but you're still seeing a decent amount of percentage for a lot of things that are here, right? A lot of plays that are in the mix. Also, trending coins. What's trending? Let's look at all this. So we have HBAR that's trending. We have Algorand that's trending because of how far it's up. Bounce token that is trending. I guess I want to really know the reasons as to why. We've talked about Bounce token in the past, but haven't talked about it much. Jasmy coin is trending. It's 11th on the list. You have Pyth Network, some other notable ones. Wormhole. I've seen some more about that. But there's some good trending plays. Let's look at what they're up in the last 24 hours, as well as the last 7 days. ALU and altcoin are kind of leading the way. You have Infinity Ground that's up by 34%. If we look at the last 7 days, altcoin is up by 900%. I don't know if anybody was included in that and they were seeing that growth, but that's great. 455% for Alpaca. Infinity Ground is up by 163% and 151% for Cross there. So things are moving quite a bit for some plays, but we're seeing some consistent movement. That's what I care about, right? The overall market is up by 1.4 or 1.5%. And seeing Bitcoin making these moves, I'm just really, really ready for altcoin season. I'm sure there's a lot of other people are. So here's some of the biggest news that's happening in cryptocurrency as of July 13th, 2025. Boy, do I love AI, because I really, I'll tell you this, I really hate going to various sites that have a certain perspective, right? Whether they are Bitcoin heavy or Ethereum heavy, or care about another cryptocurrency that they launched or that they are partnered with, right? It's all kind of a political game in a way, not necessarily politics by the government, but politics by just trying to push your own agenda in a way and trying to push your own coins to the next level. It's honestly tiring to go through that. I deal with it on a daily basis of just trying to get news in general. So seeing that, it's always great to have AI, and sometimes they might be biased, but AI is supposed to be able to learn and create its kind of own language and its own assumptions by the information that's given to them, all of the information that's given to them, not necessarily just bits and pieces. But the first piece of biggest news, right? You have Bitcoin breaks new records. We're seeing it get up to $119,000 Friday, July 11th. We did see it get to $119,000 today as well. Some analysts predict that Bitcoin could get to $200,000 by the end of 2025, and I wouldn't say that's ridiculous, but it is a very, very high price, and I want to see that trickle down. And if that happens to where it's going to get there, then the trickle down doesn't happen until after 2025, which I don't necessarily see. But then again, with the shift of how cryptocurrency is, it may be different than how we've seen any other altcoin season. Stablecoin legislation in the U.S., bipartisan efforts in the U.S. Senate have led to a passage of the Genius Act, which aims to provide regulatory clarity for stablecoins. This is expected to boost investor confidence and legitimize the stablecoin sector for institutional capital, which is always a good thing in a way. Political and institutional engagement. The Trump administration overtly crypto-friendly stance is generating optimism in the market, which predictions of further policy wins for the industry. True. Large financial institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity are actively participating in crypto market particularly through Bitcoin ETFs, indicating increasing mainstream adoption. MicroStrategy and other public companies have increasingly adopted Bitcoin treasury strategies. Altcoin surge and meme coin mania. We want to see that. Ethereum has broken the $3,000 mark and is showing signs of sustained rally. Other major altcoins like XRP and Cardano have also experienced significant gains. Meme coins continue to attract attention, with some experiencing explosive growth driven by social media hype and celebrity endorsements. Ongoing innovation and potential challenges. So developments in AI and crypto integrations, such as the proposed merger of Singletary Net, Fetch.ai, and Oceans Protocol are shaping the future of the industry. However, concerns may remain regarding regulatory uncertainty, security issues, and market volatility, which require careful navigation from businesses and investors alike. So it's great to see some big news and some kind of unbiased big news, but we are seeing some major impacts there, whether it's political impacts, just the potential altcoin surge and seeing things that are moving, but not necessarily seeing altcoin season yet. So I'm excited for what's to come and what's going to be. And obviously I'm going to continue to talk about cryptocurrency and see what we are doing there and see how this changes over time as we talk about the biggest news in crypto. But again, if you guys want to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, it would help out the channel quite a bit. For anybody that hasn't been subscribed and you've just been watching the videos, I still appreciate you guys watching the videos. It just means a lot to me if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Also, if you check out the link down below for DFlow, if you guys are interested, it's a great platform and I'm going to continue to invest with it. Obviously, I want to find other levels where we can see more and more growth. I am so tempted to short, but I don't want to short the crypto market because I know that there could be a ton of upside and then I end up losing out on the deal in a big way. So guys, hit that like button and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.